You can't fall asleep when you're counting stars. Get it together. Your mind can't sleep when you let it serve. Now you wanna see me fall. From a quarter mile, I can see you at the goal. Think about it, ring won't tell you what I saw. When you break it up, you'll see who had it all. You had it all. You said you wanted to fall into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, 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 oblivion. I'm going in. Fall into oblivion. Fall into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, 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 oblivion. I'm going in.
And I've been chillin', watching the ocean with you. Baby, up with a slow motion crew. And we up in our cloudlands when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the mall soon. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding. And I'll be running, possessed by a low, low voodoo. Fired up like a wolf on the full moon. And we're stuck in a la la land. The tides will turn without us. And I'll be killing time like I might be a cartoon. Take it in real life like haiku. I know we got the good vibes when pieces fall right into. Place. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak
Hello and welcome everyone to the second round of the Race Spec F1 Esports PS4 Pacific Series Tier 1 League. My name is Expert, and again I will be your commentator for tonight. First off, I want to apologise for starting the stream a little bit late. I had a few technical difficulties I had to sort out before we got this going. But anyway, we're here for the second round. As I said, it's looking like it, or from the first round of the championship all the way back in Melbourne, it looked like it was going to be a really, really good season with all the drivers being really close to each other. But to give you guys a little bit of an insight on what the track or the Bahrain International Circuit looks like, we're going to ride on board with GeForce Aaron from the GeForce Esports Academy, and he'll be able to give you a little insight on how to master the Sakhir International Circuit.
Heading into turn 1, we've got DRS activated, we're up in 8th gear, and we're going to brake just before the 100 meter board, all the way down to 1st gear. Completely ignore that curve on the inside as it will unsettle the car. On exit, we're going to short shift all the way up to 4th gear, hit that curve on the inside, ride the curve at turn 3, trying to minimise track distance, activate DRS all the way up into 8th, and on entry at turn 4, we're going to brake just after the 100 meter board. We're going to have half our car off the track to open up the entry of the corner, go down to 2nd to help the rotation of the car, but then short shift straight up to 3rd and avoid that curb on the outside of our turn 4 as it will unsettle the car. Into turn 5, we want to maximise the entry of the corner. We're going to have the left wheel completely off track and the right wheel just within the limits. We're going to let the car brake hard, down to 5th, we're going to touch the curb on the inside of turn 6, and then again touch the curb on the inside of turn 7. Completely ignore this curb on the outside, as if you do touch it, it will unsettle the car. Heading down to turn 8, we're going to brake hard just as that curb on the outside ends, as soon as it's out of vision. We're going to brake hard all the way down to 2nd gear, open up the corner as much as we can, late turn and avoid that curb on the inside as it will unsettle the car, and same with the outside, you want to completely ignore it. Short shift up to 3rd on exit to maximise the exit of the corner. Again, we're going down to turn 9 and we're going to open up the entry again. Hit that curb on the outside with the right tyre, completely ignore the curb on the inside of turn 9 just to open up the corner for turn 10. Touch that curb on the outside just a bit and then go all the way down to 1st gear, short shifting up into 2nd and 3rd, and then ignore that curb on the outside of turn 10 as it will unsettle the car. Activate DRS again all the way up into 8th gear. You're going to try and do the Esports line heading into turn 11. You're going to have your car halfway over the curb, and just after the 100 meter board you're going to brake into 4th gear, late turn in. You're going to short shift up to 5th to maximise the exit and avoid that curb on the outside as it will spit you out. On entry to turn 12, you're going to have the left tyre touch the inside of the curb to open up the exit of the corner. Completely ignore the curbs on the inside of turn 12 as it is an auto spin curb. On entry to turn 13, we're going to use a bit of the curb here to open up the entry, and as soon as you see that light post on the left disappear from vision, you're going to brake all the way down to 4th gear. You're going to touch that curb on the inside. I'm going to maximise the track by using the curb on the outside, just keeping it within the limits. Again, all the way up into 8th, down the last corner at 14 and 15, you're going to use the Esports line, brake just after the 100 board, have half the car over the curb and do a late turn in. Completely ignore that curb on the inside as that will unsettle the car, and try and avoid touching these curbs on the outside as it may unsettle the car. Now that is a lap of the Bahrain International Circuit.
Massive shout out there to the GeForce Esports Academy and GeForce Aaron for providing that to us here this afternoon. Let's have a quick look now at your driver standings. Unfortunately, we don't have the graphic here, but obviously there's only been one round, so it is the exact same results as the opening round from the Australian Grand Prix. No stewards penalties were handed out, if I'm correct, so GeForce Ford obviously leads the way as he did win the Australian Grand Prix. He has 25 points next to his name. Then it's GeForce Crichton sitting in P2 ahead of GeForce Crossy, GeForce Todd in P4, and then GeForce Giannis rounds out your top 5 for Ferrari. Then it's Wogboy, Spilly, Aaron, Gaming Burger, Plebs, who rounds out your top 10. P11 is James H, 1990, GeForce Swaggy, Isaac Kush, and AU Wingman rounds out your top 14. We're going to head over to the main screen now. We have missed a massive chunk of qualifying. I do apologise for that. As you can see on your screens at the moment, it is GeForce Crichton who currently is sitting on top of the timing sheets. A 1 minute 24.862 for the Mercedes driver. Then it is GeForce Swag in the McLaren, a 1 minute 24.893. Very close there between our top two. And then GeForce Giannis in position 3 for Ferrari, a 24.927. He's about, well, less than half the tenth off the front two, so it's going to be interesting to see if he's able to pick up the pace a little bit in that Ferrari car. GeForce TP, 1 minute 24.981, just behind the Ferrari. Then in position 5, it's currently Wogboy on a 25 flat. So let's see what they all can do. 7 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the session. Let me know some predictions in the live chat. I'll try and read them out on stream as well. Looks like GeForce Giannis is on an in-lap. I believe he is. Try and find someone on a flying lap. I believe GeForce Ford is our championship leader, so let's ride and bull with him. As he's heading through the second sector now, he's slightly down on his time, 3/1000ths of a second down at the moment. He locks up though, heading into the hairpin. Very easy to do so at this track. Just locking up in general, super easy to do so. I think that would have cost him a little bit of time, breaking in a straight line. There was 40 hours, very nice corner from himself. As you can see, TP gets out of the way there. He'll be heading up to the third sector line very shortly. He'll give us a little reading on what his delta time is. Ran a little bit hot into that corner. Managed to pull it up nice though. Flat out through this corner, modern day F1 car. So LJB gets out of the way. He's a 10th down at the moment. Is 40, or GeForce Ford rather. Let's see what he can do though as he heads up to the final corner here at the Bahrain International Circuit. Braking between the 50 and the 100 meter board. Roughly around 80 meters you want to brake. And now on the run to the front straight. DRS wide open. Can 40 improve? He doesn't. 4/100ths of a second in the end. Unfortunately, a few little mistakes heading to the second sector. It just cost him that time, so he wasn't able to improve. So he's going to have to go back around, put on a new set of tyres, and see if he can go again. Obviously, weather won't play too much of a factor here this afternoon, hopefully, as weather change is pretty much non-existent here in Bahrain. Pure Gold's also jumped up into position 6 as well for the Renault F1 team. GeForce Aaron and P7 for Red Bull, then it's GeForce Ford as we were just riding on board with. Unfortunately, wasn't able to improve on his time on that run. GeForce Todd currently sitting in position 9 for Racing Point, then Eternal Schnoz in position 10 for Renault. Let's see what he can do here this afternoon. He's shown some pace as Eternal Schnoz. Unfortunately, didn't really work out for him in the opening round. Let's see if he can convert that over here. Or convert that pace over here to the Bahrain circuit. Gaming Burger currently in position 11 for Red Bull, ahead of GeForce Crossy, who had a really strong showing in the opening round of the series. Obviously, it looked like he was going to go pole for quite some time, but unfortunately, the other GeForce drivers of Crichton, Swaggy and Ford took that away from him. I believe he qualified position 4 if I'm correct, but there's 4 minutes and 51 seconds remaining in the session, so he will get back around to set another lap time. He's currently sitting down in P12, so doesn't seem to have the pace that he really needs right at this stage in that Racing Point car. So he's got to try and find roughly, I would say, about 5/10ths of a second, and then he would be up there in the top 5-ish sort of area. Maybe have to find a bit more once everyone improves on their times. Let's have a look. GeForce Aaron's on a lap. Let's ride and bull with him. Obviously, he did a little track guide there for us before, as you saw at the beginning of the stream. Let's ride and bull with him for a second time, breaking the 100 meter board. Nice late apex there for GeForce Aaron. As you can see, that's James H there. Actually going to give Aaron a little bit of toe, but looks good. Oh no, he does pull off. Now heading into turn 4 now. It is, yes, turn 4. Nice apex, very clean lap so far from Aaron. Uses all the exit curves to maximise the track width. Through this X section now. Very easy to run wide there if you overstep the grip of your car. Gets that apex a little bit nicer than what 40 managed to do on his previous lap. They're heading into this double left-hander, the corner that all drivers without ABS absolutely dread. Heading down the short DRS straight now. Let's see what Aaron can do. It's been a pretty tidy lap here from him. Unfortunately, I didn't actually see what the delta split was, but we'll get a little reading up here. Keeps it narrow on exit. That's an interesting choice. Most drivers tend to run out wide there. He's coming up to the sector split line now. 2 seconds down on his time, so I'm not too sure if that's a glitch or not. I'm not too sure what Aaron's doing. I think he might be coming into the pits to set one more lap time. He may have he has backed out of it. He's not in overtake or anything at the moment, so he'll be coming back into the pits this lap if I'm correct, unless we have a massive glitch on our screens. Yep, there you go. So GeForce Aaron will come back into the pits and he'll put on a new set of tyres and he will just get back out in time. You can see a lot of people are currently in the pits. Tunnel Shots has got an outlap, so is Spilly and Isaac Kush. Let's run on board with Isaac Kush in the Alpha Tower as he is about to start his final run here this afternoon. Opens the RS nice and wide, up in the overtake here, trying to get the maximum straight line speed as he heads into turn 1. There's a car pulling off to the right there, that's GeForce TP. Into turn 1 now, slight lock up there for the Alpha Tower driver, forced him wide, but let's see how much time that hurts him. Short shifts all the way up to 5th gear, opens the RS nice and wide for the third time, or for the second time this lap rather. Into turn 4 now, just can't stop that car from locking up unfortunately. He's not getting the initial turn that he needs through turn 6 and 7 now, fast corners on the racetrack and then into a very heavy braking zone. Turn 7 also very easy to lock up as we've seen a few drivers prove, and Isaac Kush as well. Keep on board with him as he heads through turn 8 and 9 now. Braking in a straight line is what you need to do so you can maximise the braking and also not lock up. Heading down the short stretch now. It's turn 10, braking just before the 50 metre board, runs it out wide, has to reset the throttle though. Wasn't really ideal from him. Heading up into the final part now, 2/10 up on his time, so let's see where that's going to put him. He's going to be roughly around GeForce Crossy at the moment, so he needs to try and find a little bit more time now as Isaac Kush if he wants to get up comfortably into that top 10. Through the final corner he now heads. Runs a little bit hot, that's going to hurt him all the way down this main straight, but let's see what he can do. Up to the line for the AlphaTauri driver, and he only manages position 13 on a 25.433. Let's find another driver that might be on a lap. A lot of them are on laps. Isaac Kush. So not Isaac Kush rather. So James H. Was on a lap. I think he's also just, I think he's just jumped up into position 7 now as James. So he's up in a P7 for Haas. GeForce TP is on a lap. Let's ride on board with the other Haas driver. You can see Isaac pulling off to the right there. Heading into turn 4 now. Uses all the entry curb to maximise the amount of cornering speed he can use. Nice corner there through turn 6 and 7. Sorry, 5 and 6 rather. Now into turn 7. Little lock up there which forced him a slight bit wide. Let's see, most drivers will be setting the fastest times of the session now as the track is mainly gripped up at this point. Let's see what he can do heading through the middle sector now. Spilly only managed P12 there, I believe, just behind his teammate AU Wingman. He comes up to the sector split line now. He's a 10th up his TP, but he did have the purple second sector, so this is going to be very, very close here between the Haas driver and the McLaren driver of Swaggy. So let's see what he can do. Heading to the final corner now goes TP. Little bit wide there. He ran a little bit hot into the corner, but let's see what the Haas driver can do. Can he go to pole position? Yes, he can. A 1 minute 24.763. What a lap there, Swaggy. Can he improve? We'll try and find a driver that's towards the end of their lap. GeForce Giannis coming towards the end of his lap. Let's see what the Ferrari driver can do. Can he take it off the Haas driver for pole position? No, he cannot. He only manages position 4. Unfortunately, wasn't able to improve on his lap time. Wogboy will be next up, as you can see him heading through the final corner now. A little bit of oversteer, and he's backed out of his lap. No, he's going to continue all the way up to the line, I think. Oh, he does improve. He goes to pole position now, does Wogboy. A 1 minute 24.722. Great lap there from the Alfa Romeo driver, but Swaggy looks like he'll be one of the next cars up. He's coming through the final sector now. What can the McLaren driver do? Can he improve on his time? Not too sure what his delta's like, but up to the line. Can he improve? Yes, he does. He goes to the pole position now to 24.6. But GeForce Crime's not out of this as well. He's headed through the final sector. He's slightly up on his time. But is it enough to take pole position off the McLaren driver coming up to the line? Can he take pole position? No, he cannot. He improves on his time, but unfortunately wasn't enough to take pole position. And it looks like that is your grid for the second round of the Race Spec F1 Esports PS4 Pacific Series Tier 1 League. What an end to the qualifying session there. GeForce Swaggy taking pole position here for the Bahrain Grand Prix by 6/100ths of a second over Wogboy in the Alfa Romeo car. GeForce TP takes position 3 for Haas ahead of GeForce Crichton. Giannis in P5 for Ferrari. Then it's Todd who managed to get up into the top 6. Nice lap there from the Racing Point driver. Then Aaron in P7. P8 is forward for the McLaren driver. Not really where I think he would have wanted to be, considering his teammate is currently sitting on pole, but let's see what he can do in the race. Obviously, he made up massive amounts of ground in the opening lap of the last race, so let's see what he can do. Pure Gold and P9 and Ranier top 10 is Eternal Schnoz. We'll be back with you shortly for the start of the Bahrain Grand Prix. Let me know some predictions in the live chat, and I'll try and read them out on stream for you guys.
Small, breathe me in and let me go. Filling the lungs inside you, and the blackened eyes make my way into your mind. Just to know what you knew. Restless every time we start locking eyes. Lost control.
As you guys can see on your screens now, the drivers are beginning their formation lap here around the Bahrain International Circuit here in Sakhir. Quick little reminder or recap of the qualifying session that just happened. G4 Swaggy 6/100 to the second, separating himself and XX2 Wogboy, who locks out the front row. So Swaggy and Wogboy for McLaren and Alfa Romeo. The Haas driver of GeForce TP will be in position 3. Alongside him will be the Mercedes of GeForce Crine. Giannis in position 5 for Ferrari. He had a pretty good showing there from himself, and GeForce Todd in P6, but unfortunately I don't think these two of GeForce Aaron and Ford will be happy with their positions. I think they would have liked to be a little bit further up, but let's see what they can do. Let's see if they do opt to work together and try and move their way through the field. A Pure Gold rather, in position 9 for Renault, and then Ranier top 10 will be his teammate, and they will be starting alongside each other is Eternal Schnoz. Really good showing there from the Renault F1 team as well, both inside the top 10. James H 1999 will be in position 11 for Haas, ahead of Gaming Burger AU Wingman in position 13, ahead of Curving Texas, down in position 14 for Ferrari. GeForce Crossy, unfortunate qualifying session there from him. Not too sure what's happened to his pace. He had a lot of pace in the opening round of the PS4 Pacific Series. Looked like he could potentially have gotten position, or even the win maybe, P2 or P1, I can't remember, my memory is very bad, but he had a lot of pace is the main thing in the opening round. So let's see what he can do from the back of the grid here this afternoon. Spilly in P16, P17 Plebs, ahead of the two Alfa Romeos by Zach Cush and CPL Makastu. Not too sure what happened to Maka. He was also one of the other drivers that was up the front at the beginning or the opening round. So let's see what he can do also from the rear of the grid. And then Sir LJB rounds out your top 20 here for this afternoon's Grand Prix. Drivers trying to get maximum heat into those tyres for the beginning of the race. As you can see, it's a predicted 2-stop strategy here this afternoon, pitting laps 7 to 9 for the first stop, and then 18 to 22 for the second. Let's see how this pans out. We could see some drivers risking it and trying to do a one-stop, going from the soft tyres to the hard, or maybe some of the drivers outside of the top 10 could be trying to do a medium to hard strategy. We'll have to see. I'll quickly swap this over actually, so you can see what tyres everyone's on. So everyone outside of the top 11, from top 11th down, is starting on the medium or hard tyre, medium tyre, except by Zach Cush, who's opting to start on the medium. So let's see how this race goes. Let me know some predictions in the live chat. Waiting for the light sequence to begin now. As you can see, 5 red lights ahead of the drivers. And we are underway for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Great start there from the McLaren driver. He gets off to a nice start. The Alfa Romeo there of Wogboy trying to fight him. Hitting into turn 1. G-Force Crying also getting racy as he goes down the inside of G-Force TP. Heading into the first turn. They all get through cleanly. TP forced off onto the curb there. He manages to keep that car on the racetrack though. As you can see, G-Force TP and Crichton running alongside each other. And look, that's the Red Bull of Aaron trying to make moves on his on the Racing Point driver. And it looks like he's up into position 5. Nice move there from the Red Bull driver. But Crichton maintains, his upper spot rather, into position 3. He misplaces or pushes G-Force TP back down to position 4. But the top 2 remain unchanged. Down the inside goes G-Force 40. Absolutely sent it on pure gold there, and he got the move done up in a P9. He's unfortunately lost a few spots here after the start of the race. He's down 1 spot. Eternal Schnoz is up 2 for Renault, so he's had a pretty good start, and Giannis unfortunately down 2 as well, so it hasn't been the best start here for Ferrari. Swaggy leads at the moment as they head through the middle sector, about to cross over into the final sector now for the opening lap of the Bahrain Grand Prix. As you can see, he's got about an 8/10 advantage at the moment over the Alfa Romeo of Wogboy. G-Force Crichton currently sitting in position 3. We're getting a lot of insights here to what the strategy could be. So, yeah, let's see what happens there. G-Force TP in position 4. As you can see, it locks up the inside front there. That's not going to be ideal for his tyres, especially these soft compound tyres. All these drivers who did start in the top 10 will highly likely be doing a 2-stop strategy here this afternoon. Look at this. Can G-Force Todd do something about Aaron? Thought about making a move, but that's a car going down the inside. That was... I don't know what's happening. There's a lot of ghosting going on right now, so I'm trying to figure out who's actually who at the moment. Do apologise for that. But Swaggy leads the way still, as you can see. Wogboy P2, Crichton, TP, Todd, and look at that, the McLaren. Oh, is that Ford? It is Ford going down the inside of Eternal Schnoz. The Renault driver been pushed out wide. And Ford now up into position somewhere if the leaderboard would like to refresh. There you go. Position 8 now for the McLaren driver. Nice move there on the Renault. He gets a massive tank slap though on the exit of turn 7. Manages to keep it on track though. Both Renaults still doing a really solid job at the moment. They have swapped positions off the race start. So let's see. We might see a few team orders coming here from Pure Gold and Eternal Schnoz. I see Pure Gold not using DRS there, so... Not sure what's happening. Who's that going? The G-Force TP. He's been pushed out wide. What's happened to him? He's lost a spot to both Aaron, Todd, and Giannis. Oh, unfortunately, he's disconnected. I might see if I can actually try and re-invite him to the party. Give me 1 second. I'm going to try and re-invite him. I do apologise because I would like him to stay in the race. Because I believe I am actually the only one that can invite him right now. Alright, sorry about that. I'll go back to the main screen now. As you can see on your screens now, that's the harsh driver of G-Force. Is disconnected. I'm trying to get him back into the lobby. I do apologise. I want everyone to be in the lobby here for the race this afternoon, especially drivers that are at the front. So, let's see how this goes. G-Force Swag. Oh, I want everyone in the thing before someone says something. Well, I want everyone in the race, let's just say. As you can see, the top 3 are all kind of splitting off from each other here now. Swaggy, Wogboy, and Crichton. All about a 1.1, 1.2 second difference between those 3. He's trying now. Crichton, as you can see, he's trying to pull a gap from G-Force Aaron. That gap's 1.1 seconds. So I don't believe Aaron will get DRS. No, he doesn't. But unfortunately for himself, G-Force Todd, Giannis, Ford, and Eternal Schnoz, and pretty much every driver behind him has got DRS available to him. Unfortunately for TP, he's dropping positions left, right, and center. I did invite him, so hopefully he does see that invite and joins back. But not much really happening at the moment. It's pretty one-way through the middle sector. And I'm going to send it down the inside. What's Pleb's going to do? Probably was close enough to try and make a move there on James H. He's in the slipstream now. It's in the battle for position 16, led by Curving Texas. G-Force TP has joined back. So fortunately, he's joined the session back so he can continue on. Unfortunately, he's lost a lot of positions though, so he's going to have a little bit of work to do here this afternoon. He wants to get himself back up into the points. So we now start the 4th lap of the Grand Prix. G-Force Spilly just made a move on Crossy up into position 11 now for the Williams driver. See any more moves going to be made here? Looks like Curving Texas and James H. Massive correction there needed But James H, what can Plebs do? He's going to take advantage of this potentially. He's going to go to the outside line, heading into turn 4. Is he going to try and hold it around the outside? He is on the outside line, so he's going to be expected to be pushed out there. And James H does so, and now Isaac Kush right on the rear of that Mercedes car. Can he do anything about that Mercedes, Plebs? Plebs thought about making a dive bomb there. And look at this, curving Texas right all over the gearbox of GeForce TP, who has fortunately joined back now. Fortunately, the interval's not working at the moment on the ladder board. Just one other glitch on the F1 game. Curving, putting a lot of pressure now on TP. Around the chat so I can see your guys' comments. Welcome everyone to the stream. Welcome Ryan, Pepin, Potato, Sidepod, Just Rams. Welcome everyone to the stream. Have a few predictions here. Or let me know some, I think there's a lot of these quality predictions. Let me know some race predictions in the live chat. I'll try and read them out on stream. Let's have a look here. I think CRJB might be trying to size up a move, but I think a lot of these guys are as well. Let's have a look. Well, let's have a look, I should say, at James H 1999 as he's going down the inside for the second time in 2 consecutive laps on Curving Texas. Can Curving hang it there? Yes, he does. He's not giving up this position easily. Well, he's going to make James work for it as they head down. The second DRS straight available to him, and it looks like he's got the move done. Is Plebs going to take advantage of both of these drivers down the inside of Curving Texas, and he gets the move done now. Up into position 17 goes Plebs. Nice move there from the Mercedes driver. Unfortunately, Curving kind of got washed out of the way there. And could Isaac Kush be thinking about a move? He thought about it. He stuck his nose down there and also gave Curving a little bit of love tap there, heading through turn 7. So we're going to go back up to our leaders. Swaggy currently leads the race at the moment by 1.87 seconds over X2 Wogboy. In that Alfa Romeo car, that is GeForce Cryan in position 3. GeForce Aaron, GeForce Todd, GeForce Giannis, GeForce Ford rounds out your top 7. And Eternal Schnoz, Pure Gold, AU Wingman in position 10, and he rounds out the top 10. Spilly up into position 11. He's currently up 5 spots in this Grand Prix. Mega start there from himself. GeForce Crossy in position 12, putting the pressure on Spilly. Let's see what he can do. He's currently up 3 spots as well as a Racing Point driver. As Wogboy into the pit lane, so he's coming in for a very early stop here. Can Crossy do anything about his Spilly? He's unfortunately not really close enough. He's trying to save a bit of battery as well, I believe. He's running a little bit hot into the corner, so that's going to hurt him all the way down this next straight. Don't believe anyone's picked up a time penalty yet either. As you can see, all these drivers here from GeForce Aaron, or I should say GeForce Crichton even, to GeForce Ford, are all starting to converge on each other. This is also allowing the 2 Renaults of Pure Gold and Eternal Schnoz to catch up. As well, a little bit of a gap from Eternal Schnoz to Wingman. So let's see what the Williams driver can do as well as they head through the second sector now. Doesn't really work. Okay. Trying to look back on Zach. Maybe I do that? No, it doesn't really work. Sorry. I'm just trying to see what the camera views would do. Because you can look around now on everyone, but unfortunately the game does not want me to do that, so Aaron looking like he's a little bit quicker than Zach at the moment, but Todd and Giannis are also starting to battle it out here. GeForce Ford's coming up 2 spots as well. As I said, he will be wanting to make up spots. Unfortunately, the guy that he was starting alongside is already up into the top 3, so you can see they're all defending their position now. Could this be Aaron's opportunity to get a move done on the Mercedes? He's got a nice run here. Will he set it down the inside? Thought about it making a move, but didn't do it. Giannis right on the gearbox for that Racing Point of GeForce Todd. Will he try and size up a move? We could potentially see one here from Aaron as well. They're both saving ERS. Zach's got 1% ERS, so, and Todd's also defending. He's got minimal ERS to his name as well. As you can see, GeForce Ford and Giannis, 40% ERS. And you see also Pure Gold running overtake, trying really hard at the moment in that Renault car to catch up. And here we go, our first time penalty of this race. GeForce Todd, 3-second time penalty for the Racing Point, so it's not really ideal for him right at this moment. Could this be Giannis's opportunity here? Right on the rear of Todd. Todd pulls into the pits, and so does Zach, or Crichton I should say, so here we go, some strategy starting to come out. GeForce Aaron comes out in the lead, so Swaggy also comes into the pits as well for McLaren. Will he get held? He does slightly by that racing point driver of Todd, so does Todd get a bit of payback? No, he doesn't. He actually comes out right behind GeForce Crichton, actually. Let's see, as you can see, they're going into the hard compound tyre, so they're going to be trying to stick it out for a potential one-stop here this afternoon. They'll be hoping for a late safety car, and they could potentially chuck on that soft compound of tyre, which will really help them coming towards the end of this race. Swap this over to pit stops now so you guys can see who has made a pit stop and who we are still waiting for. We need to remember as well, a lot of these drivers are on different tyre compounds. Aaron obviously on the softs. Oh, Giannis nearly took out a Red Bull of Aaron there. That was really, really close. This could be 40's opportunity. But I do believe these three will all be diving into the pit lane this lap. You see they all are now. As you can see, pulling off to the right hand side. Let's see if any of them undercut, all very deep under brakes, trying to get the maximum or make sure they don't lose any time through the pits. And to make sure they don't get held up as well. Spilly stays out for a little bit longer, so does Crossy and Wingman. Obviously they all did start on that medium compounded tyre, so a lot of the, I believe everyone, I think there'll be 10 drivers that will be in the pit lane by the, or will have made a stop, and 10 that haven't, if I'm correct, and I believe I am correct. There you go. So Wogboy up into the lead of the race. So Wogboy actually has come out in the lead of the race. He's gotten ahead of Swaggy. I don't know if he made a move himself or what's happened, but that's been a really good job there from the Mario driver, because it was about 2 seconds difference between those two heading into the pit stop. So I do apologise for missing that, but XX Wogboy up into the lead of the Bahrain, or provisional lead of the Grand Prix at the moment. GeForce Crichton's lost a little bit of time, 2.1 seconds now between himself and the McLaren. And it's GeForce Todd currently sitting in provisional P4 at this stage, ahead of Aaron, Giannis, Pure Gold, and Eternal Schnoz here. The two Renaults battling it out. We did see these two actually collide with each other in the opening round of the Australian Grand Prix. So let's see how angry Cyril gets here this afternoon. Or tonight, I should say. As we are under lights, under the floodlights here at the Bahrain circuit. And GeForce Ford right there as well. GeForce TP is actually doing pretty good at the moment, considering he DC'd and he was down to P15 for quite some time in that race. He's only 5 seconds off GeForce Ford, so that's pretty good effort from him. I'm giving him that one. But as you can see, all these guys really battling for P18 at the moment, but they're actually fighting for the lead, pretty much. Well, Wogboy is in the lead of the race at the moment, so let's see here, we're going to have a lead change. Wogboy swapped around with Swaggy, so he's actually let him go here, has he, I think. Well, I think he may have, because Swaggy currently has 50% ERS compared to Wogboy, who has 10. So I think Wogboy's thinking here is to try and save up as much ERS as possible behind Swaggy, to also make sure he can defend from Zach Crichton, or GeForce Crichton, if he does catch up. So Crichton not doing the best of corners there, missing that apex at turn 4. This could be a little bit of an advantage, psychological advantage for GeForce Too many GeForces. GeForce Todd, sorry. For GeForce Todd. He's been really good as well, Todd. Getting himself, he's obviously not previously known as Toddster 99. I'd say last season he'd have his times, he'd have his moments where he'd be up the front, but he's been consistently at the front this season. A lot of drivers as well, both racing points I should say, GeForce Todd and GeForce Crossy. So let's see what Crossy can do. He was really quick in the opening round, as I've said about 15 times. So let's see if he can make his way back up. He's 0.2 of a second at the moment behind AU Wingman. So we're going to try and swap this over if it's going to let me. No, it's not. So welcome to F1. We're going to have to do this the hard way. Wingman into the pit lane. Plebs and James now jump up ahead. And Crossy into the lead of the Grand Prix, as I just said. He was right on the rear of that Williams car, but he's now got himself up in the lead. These two can't afford to be battling right now, as they both have not made a pit stop, so they need to try and make sure they do the quickest possible first stint that they can. Go to Wogboy. So he's pulling out a gap now on his Wogboy. Oh, Swaggy's come out ahead now. Sorry, I apologise. I missed this again. I'm so sorry. Swaggy has now retaken the provisional lead of the Grand Prix, but it's not looking too good for him at the moment when it comes to traffic. So let's see how quickly he can negotiate. Curving Texas and Sir LJB. Could be a little advantage here to Wogboy. Allows him to catch back up and potentially get back within DRS, which unfortunately he's not at the moment. Actually, no, I didn't miss it. I remember. I'm sorry. I'm forgetting a lot of things right now. Before Swaggy overtook him on the last lap on the straight. That's right. So Wogboy, unfortunately, hasn't been able to catch up with Swaggy. Obviously, Swaggy had about 50% ERS heading into the previous lap, so he's used a lot of ERS to try and pull away from Wogboy and get out of that DRS range, but this isn't really helping him. There's a little traffic here of Curving Texas and Sir LJB. They both pull into the pit lane, so they will get out of his way now. The medium tyres not really lasting very long in my opinion, so yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see these guys doing a two-stop, going back onto potentially the mediums or the softs. We'll have to see. The medium's only lasting 12 laps fresh, so that is a little insight to what the softs could potentially run when they only, well, a lot of drivers only pit lap 6, so we could, if there's a safety car roughly, I would say lap 20, or lap 19, lap 20, I reckon we'll see drivers come in the pits for a set of medium tyres. I reckon if we say lap, sorry, a little bit of connection issues there with Swaggy, it's kind of confusing me as well. Lap 24, I would say. Lap 24, lap 23, if there's a safety car. I reckon we'll see drivers chuck on the soft compound tyre to get the maximum, because they will be definitely faster than the hards, but unfortunately just all these tyres really just do not last around the circuit, so it's obviously really good for us, and I think Todd's had an issue. Todd is around. The Racing Point driver's gone around. What's happened to the Racing Point? He was in a battle there with GeForce Cron and Aaron, so could have there been contact potentially, or is that just a self-driving error from Todd? Fortunately, won't be able to get a replay of that, but Toddy down in position 14 now, not where he wanted to be. Gaming Burger and Crossy into the pit lane. Isaac Kush, James H and Plebs off to stay out, so the Mercedes driver now leads the Grand Prix. You can see the amount of understeer he just had down the apex of turn 1, so well, we're slowly caught back up to the rear of Swaggy, but I think that could come down to a little bit of traffic on Swaggy's end. The Crichton's also catching up to Wogboy, so we could see a little battle here for provisional P2. What do the top three do here? Do they all opt to come into the pit lane? Let's see what happens. Plebs does come into the pit lane. James follows him in, and Isaac Kush stays out for another lap. Oh, he is on the hards. That's right. He did stay out a little bit longer on the hard. Or he did actually start on the hards, I should say. So Isaac Kush now. See what he can do. Wogboy's going to start to catch up to him now. What's happened to Swaggy? Swaggy's gone. What's happened to Swaggy? Has he made a mistake here? The McLaren drivers dropped to the rear, or midfield. I've missed this again, but I'm not sure what's happening to these drivers. They're just dropping left, right, and center right now. Yeah, Swaggy down to position 8 now. He currently splits both the Renaults, so not too sure what's happened to him. We might be able to get a little insight from other drivers for the post-race interview, so be sure to stick around for those as well. But now that does put GeForce Crichton up into the top 2 provisionally, and Wogboy up into the lead, so I'm sure none of those guys will be complaining. Have a few strategy discussions going out in the chat. Sidepod reckons one stop is definitely the move. Soft to hard, 100%. Another yellow flag. Is that Isaac Kush? It is Isaac Kush. So what's happened to the AlphaTauri driver? He still has not made a pit stop. So I believe he was due to come in around 3 laps time. Actually, no, he would stay out longer. That's correct. My bad. So he'll stay out a fair bit longer if he's doing hard softs, I assume. Lawrence reckons GeForce Crichton will take out the win. But as you can see here, move now between TP and I believe this is Todd. It is. This is the Haas and the Racing Point team going at it. Can TP get the run on Todd? Todd made the move and into the first turn. Todd pushes him right up against the right-hand side of the track. And he now gets himself up at a P9. But can Todd fight the issue? Oh, he's right in the rear of the gearbox of that Haas. Does he send it down the inside? Todd, no, he thinks better, but he's going to sit back behind the Haas driver TP for a little bit longer. Pure Gold nearly gets rear-ended by GeForce Swaggy. But Rams reckons Crichton will win the race. As you can see, there's another battle. Every time I go to read it, there's always a battle. GeForce Swaggy and Pure Gold still battling it out here. This is the battle for position 6 on track at the moment. Pure Gold's going to hold on to that position. He's not giving it up as Swaggy gets a massive tank slap on, but this could be his opportunity. I think he'll be trying to save a little bit of ERS right now, and he can try and get the move done on the main straight. Late apex there for Swaggy, trying to get the maximum speed off the corners. You can see he's going to do it pretty easy. I don't think Pure Gold's putting up too much of a fight here. But he's now up into position 6. Here's Swaggy. But anyway, back to the prediction from Rams, which I've tried to read about 3 times. He reckons GeForce Crichton will win the race over Swaggy and Aaron. Unfortunately, it's not looking too good for Swaggy at the moment. Aaron could potentially hold on to that position 3, but not looking too good for Swaggy at the moment. Sidepod reckons Swaggy, Crichton and Toddy. And as I said, it's still not really looking good for Toddy or Swaggy actually at the moment. Sidepod. Oh, he changed it. He said P340. Tyres? Okay, I'll swap over tyres for you. Alright, there you go. You can see what tyres everyone's on and how old they are. So absolutely every single driver at the moment is on the hard compound tyre. Obviously, some are older than others, some are fresher than others. So try and find a battle on track for you guys. Oh, thought about making a move there with James H and Mac Stew. Unfortunately, the AlphaTauri driver just doesn't seem to have any pace this afternoon. Of CPL Mac Stew, so just want to quickly check. I believe he is still waiting for Isaac Kush to make a stop, and he is into the pit lane now. Here's the AlphaTauri driver, so he's going to be a fair way off the car in front of him when he exits the pit. He's going to go Sir LJB. What does he put on the medium tyre? That's interesting call there. He doesn't think that the hard, or he doesn't believe that the softs will get to the end, which is, I definitely agree with him, but I assume if he's pitting this early in the race, or into his first stint on the hard compound tyre, I believe that yeah, the hards have pretty much worn out, so could see some drivers being forced to either tyre save or potentially even coming to put on another set of tyres, but see, Zach Ryan's using overtake here a lot. I'm not too sure. Is his overtake button stuck on again? I have a feeling Zach Ryan's overtake button is stuck on again, because he's got it on this whole lap, unless it's an in lap or a set of softs. But yeah, no, I think Zach's overtake button's stuck on. Isn't the first time it's happened to himself. He needs to go to auto ERS in this assist if you're watching Zach. Turn that on and turn it back off and it will help you. There's a little tip for you guys if you didn't know that. Turn it off, turn it on and turn it back off and you'll get that off. But unfortunately he's got no ERS next to his name now, so this could be Giannis's opportunity. I don't think he's going to fight it here. Giannis thought about making a move, but he's going to think better of it on GeForce Crichton. Try and set up a better move here. Obviously Crichton's got nothing to play with right now. Change now, as you can see. The driver that's currently at the most positions at the moment is Spilly, who's up 5 spots, and the driver down the most positions is currently 2 drivers actually, of GeForce TP and James H 1999. So let's see what happens with those guys. But Crichton's starting to feel a lot of pressure now from GeForce Giannis and Aaron, and potentially Ford as well. Swaggy trying to gain back that time that he lost from that little incident that unfortunately we did not catch on stream. But Wogboy, this is going to definitely help him knowing that Zach Crichton's overtake button is stuck on. Giannis' opportunity, it is down the inside. Sorry, I was clicking the button but it wouldn't go back to him. Anyway, Giannis now up into position 2. He's up 3 spots in this Grand Prix. Started position 5 in the race to Giannis, and he's looking to take some good points here this afternoon. Obviously, there's a little technical difficulty for Zach. It's not ideal for him with that overtake button being stuck on, or he just forgot to turn it off. It's either one or the other. Both Renaults still doing a really good job at the moment. They're both up 2 spots at the moment. Pure Gold leads Eternal Schnoz. They'll be taking on some really good points this afternoon. Both McLaren's also doing a really good job with Ford and Swaggy. See what's happening here, because Pure Gold's actually catching up to Swaggy a little bit as well. Schnoz is trying to keep with his teammate, but unfortunately he does have TP coming up onto the rear of him. It is really, really quick at the moment. 10 laps remaining in the Bahrain Grand Prix. Let me know some of my predictions in the chat. I'll try and read them out on stream for you guys. Pretty much, Rams. Yeah, he is in full qualifying mode, but unfortunately he's not getting a full dose of ERS, considering he's not he's not getting a full lap of ERS, I should say. He's only getting about a quarter, half maybe, before he runs dead on the straight. He's doing pretty good to be where he is at the moment, but on my next lap, when we get to this point on the track, I'll try and read out our time penalties as well, but I don't believe any drivers actually have it, so it is a full race between them all. I believe some of them will have warnings, but I don't believe any of them have penalties, besides GeForce Todd, from what I remember, down in position 11. Let's head down to him. GeForce Todd is currently in a little battle here between himself, TP, Spilly, and his teammate Crossy. Gamingberg is starting to catch up, so is Wingman. Curving Texas also right on the rear, so JB, so. Go back up to our leaders. I'll be coming on the main straight now. What's Aaron doing? He's not going to be able to make a move this time. Zach with 0% ERS. He's doing a really good job at the moment to keep with him, to be honest. Let's see what Giannis can do as well. See if we can get, or catch up to one boy even. Let's quickly give you guys a little insight of time penalties, or warnings I should say. So Wogboy currently on no warnings. Sorry. GeForce Giannis is on 1 warning. It's very hard to get warnings around here, to be honest. 1 warning for GeForce Crichton, I believe. 2 warnings for GeForce Crichton, rather. GeForce Aaron has 1 warning. Ford has 2 warnings. Swaggy has 1 warning, that's first. Pure Gold, no warning. 1 warning, sorry. Eternal Schnoz is on 2 warnings. And GeForce TP is on 1 warning. So a lot of drivers at the moment on their last warning. So they cannot afford any more mistakes in the dying stages here of this race. Sorry, I'm not feeling the best at the moment. Yeah, Wogboy's still trying to pull out that gap, but unfortunately it's not really working for him. So Giannis has got that gap down to 1.2 seconds now. 1.1, so he's really gaining now. Giannis is going to be a fair way. It's going to be about a 6-way fight, 7-way, potentially even 8-way fight for the lead here if these guys will start to back up behind Wogboy. But as soon as Giannis gets within DRS range, I reckon it's going to be only a matter of time before he gets the move done. The DRS is just so powerful in this game. I don't have a stream deck, man. I'm just using mouse binds on my mouse. Just got a mute hotkey and an unmute hotkey. But anyway, back to the race. Quickly run you through the order because we haven't really done this in a while. GeForce, sorry, not GeForce. Wogboy leads away at the moment. Look at this, actually, Giannis into DRS territory now. Behind Wogboy, so it will only be a matter of time before Giannis catches up to the rear of that Alfa Romeo car. But it is Giannis in P2 ahead of Crichton, Aaron, Ford. Swaggy rounds out your top 6, and it is 2 Renaults of Pure Gold and Eternal Schnoz. TP trying to catch up, but he unfortunately has that pressure from Spilly from behind. Oh, Spilly thinking about making a move. Oh, sorry, very deep under brakes. Gaming Burger in position 11 ahead of Crossy. Wingman Plebs in position 14 at the moment. CPL Makashu and P15, P16 James H. Sell, JB and P17, 18 is Curving Texas ahead of GeForce Todd and Isaac Kush. And GeForce Todd on the medium compound tyre does take the fastest lap. Unfortunately, there won't be any points here for him this afternoon because he is not within the top or in the top 10. Massive lock up there for Wogboy. He looks like he hasn't been saving his tyres as much as he needed to or needs to. So that's why all these drivers are starting to converge on him. Fortunately, Slade can't really catch up at the moment. They're all getting DRS trained at the moment, or he's getting DRS trained at the moment by the drivers in front of him. So he's got the run at the moment. Giannis has about 20% more ERS than what Wogboy does. Wogboy into the pit lane. So there you go. He'll be putting on the soft compound tyres. See, he's probably in puncture territory, I believe. So I think the good thing for Crichton is here. Oh, I was just about to say the good thing for Crichton is here. He can save a little bit of tyres. But yeah, I don't know what Wogboy's doing there, to be honest. Unless he's in puncture territory, don't know why he would have picked, because he's pretty much just thrown away a points finish now. He's all the way down in P16, so... That's unfortunate there for Wogboy. He's down in P16 now. Not ideal for him. But that puts Giannis into the lead of the Bahrain Grand Prix. Ahead of Crichton, Aaron Ford, Swaggy, yellow flags. It's a racing point. And that is G-Force Todd down in position 20. Over pushing the marks there a little bit in that racing point car. Five laps remaining. 4 when they cross the line. Let's see here, 40 trying to put some pressure on Aaron. We could potentially see a move here from the McLaren driver as they now go through the final corner. Aaron runs a little bit wide. This could be 40's opportunity. He's gonna have DRS, but so is Aaron. Both up and overtake. He's gonna have a better toe though with Ford than what Aaron is on Crichton. Aaron defends the inside line to the outside line. Goes forward, heading into the first turn. He's gonna try and do the switchback maneuver and try and get the better run. Oh, he gets a slight bit of oversteer though. Wasn't what he needed. And both up and overtake, so it's going to be pretty hard for 40 to make a move unless he sends it down the inside. No, he thinks better, but he's going to wait a little bit longer. Gives the Red Bull driver a little bit of a love tap heading there into the fourth corner. Yeah, it's unfortunate for Wogboy. Yeah, down in position 15 now. And Eternal Schnoz has also got to add a Pure Gold, so Pure Gold's starting to really back off now. This would be really good for Renault in their Constructors' Championship. But unfortunately, they do have TP and Spilly catching up to them at a very fast rate at the moment. Oh, that's unfortunate there for G-Force Ford. He just picked himself up a 3-second time penalty. He was on the edge of it. He did have 2 warnings. And unfortunately, he's just picked that up now, so that's really going to hurt him. Try and make a move. He's going to do it. He thought he did the dummy on Aaron, but Aaron wasn't falling for it. He probably should have made the move, to be honest, because he would have got DRS with this next straight with a 40. So yeah, he should have made the move, in my opinion. But Aaron's now right on the rear of Crichton. I'm still surprised that Crichton's in position 2, considering his ERS is stuck on overtake. Wogboy does go fastest in position 14, but yeah, it's not ideal for him. He would be on the soft compounded tyre as well, but let's see if he can get himself at least back up into the points. It's going to be a little bit of work for him. We got this nice helicopter shot here of our race leaders. Yellow flag in sector 2. I think that's a Red Bull. Oh no, it's Pure Gold. What's happened to the Renault driver? Renault were looking like they were going to have a pretty easy P6, P7. But unfortunately, there's been some sort of mistake there by Pure Gold or contact potentially. And that's put him down to position 10. His Wogboy's just pushed Plebs down to position 14. He's now up into P13. See if he can get himself back up into the points. But Giannis is about to start the 27th lap here around the Bahrain International Circuit. I'll pull them up now for you, Rams. It looks like we might see a move here from Ford. We've been sizing it up on Aaron for quite some time now, but I think Aaron's main focus at the moment is G-Force Crichton in front of him. 1.1 seconds now between Giannis and Crichton, so Crichton out of DRS range, which should in theory help Aaron and 40 get the move done on that Mercedes driver relatively easy. Look at this McLaren. Oh, he's waiting for DRS. As you can see, Zach. Oh, they made contact in 40. Nearly. They were playing cat and mouse there. We just got that on the stream, but Zach was playing cat and mouse there with Aaron. He wanted that DRS because he knows he's got no chance at holding that position now. Will he send it down the inside? He's not really close enough now, but he will get DRS for this next straight. But unfortunately, I think Aaron's just going to pull away now. Just due to that fact that he's got, well, he's able to change what his ERS is doing. Zach runs really deep there heading into turn 4, but there's a lot, massive save there from 40. Just kept it out of the wall. But let's see what happens now. Can 40 get ahead of Crichton? Obviously, 40 does have the 3-second penalty, so let's see what happens. He doesn't really need to get ahead of Crichton, to be honest. It's TP. Oh, Eternal Storm's puncture, front left. Renault's race has gone downhill in the matter of 3 laps. They were looking like they had an easy top 7 there. P6 and P7 for Renault, and unfortunately, Eternal Schnotz's race is done. Wongboy's going to score points here to get himself back up in a P9. And now Giannis heading to the final corner. And GeForce Todd's retired from the session in the pit lane. He's scoring no points here this afternoon for the Racing Point team as Giannis starts the final lap of the Grand Prix. Aaron, 0.5 of a second ahead of Crichton, but can Ford do anything about Crichton's stuck ERS? GeForce Crichton very deep under brakes. Very nice corner from himself as well. So, can he get the run on Aaron that he needs? Can't at the moment. He can't manage that ERS to the extent that Aaron can. Forty makes a little mistake there. He doesn't need to make the move here, this 40, because it's only going to cost him both time. But at this stage, he's only going to drop behind his teammate Swaggy, which is, I guess, better than nothing. At least your teammate's getting some good points. Oh, Crichton made a big mistake there. Oh, contact between Ford and Crichton. This is not what they need, especially 40. Because this 3-second penalty is not what they need. GeForce Crichton around the outside. This is mega close between the McLaren and the Mercedes driver. Oh, they close and nearly sent spinning. There goes 40. Defends the inside line. Zach trying to go around the outside. Can he get this move done? It's going to be a drag race. Heading down the back straight. They both got no ERS to their name. Who's going to take the win on track here? Well, GeForce Giannis is going to win the Bahrain Grand Prix. Aaron's going to come home P2, but who's going to get this move done? Over 40 and Zach, and it looks like 40's going to win it on track, but Crichton takes home position 3 for Mercedes. And 40 actually holds on to P4 there, because Swaggy must have picked up a 3-second penalty somewhere as well. So, congratulations to Giannis. He takes the second round of the championship. He wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. Congratulations to himself. Aaron will come home P2 for Red Bull ahead of GeForce Crichton in position 3. P4 will be GeForce Ford for McLaren ahead of his teammate GeForce Swag in P5. B6 Gaming Burger ahead of Spilly, Wogboy, Crossy, TP. GeForce Plebs in position 11 for Mercedes. What an end to the Bahrain Grand Prix there. Great stuff from all the drivers. And driver of the day goes to Spilly in the end. Congratulations to our podium getters. For the Bahrain Grand Prix, I'm going to go over now to the provisional results for the race, and we'll get some post-race interviews. As you can see, G4 Giannis takes the win here for the second round of the championship. Congratulations to himself. G4 Aaron P2 ahead of Crichton in P3. Then it will be Ford in position 4 for McLaren ahead of G4 Swaggy in P5 for McLaren as well. Both McLarens doing a really good job there in the end to finish position 4 and 5. It's really good constructors points to them. Red Bull driver of Gamenberger in P6 ahead of the Williams and Spilly in P7. He started position 16, nearly made up 10 positions. He ended up making 9 up. It's a great job there from the Williams. Then it will be Wogboy, GeForce Cross. He got himself up into the top 9 from P15. And then, GeForce TP rounds at your top 10. Plebs in P11. Pure Gold for Renault in P12. Our Wingman, Macastu, James Hates, Isaac Kush, Sel JB, Curvy Texas, Eternal Schnoz. And unfortunately for Todd, he was our one and only retirement. We will be back with you shortly for some post-race interviews. Stand by, and we'll be back in a moment.
Creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire. Suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire.
He's doing interviews now.
So here we have now our top three from the the top three from the Bahrain Grand Prix. Great result there from those three GeForce drivers making or claiming the podium in the end. Unfortunately, we don't have GeForce Giannis on the podium with us here this afternoon for some interviews, but we do have Aaron, Crichton, and 40 joining us. So congratulations, you three, on your results. But we'll start off with you, Aaron. Obviously, really good result there from yourself after a pretty poor qualifying performance, I must say. But talk us through your race.
Oof, that's a bit stiff, but that's okay. It was pretty poor in the end. I don't know, I got a good start. I went from 7th to 5th and I just kept it clean. It was real sweaty, real sweaty that race. I was pretty lucky with Zach having that overtake button glitch. Wogboy just made a wrong strategy call, so that gave me 2 positions instantly. And then I was able to stay ahead of Bailey, which was real good. And yeah, Giannis was just too quick today, so we couldn't win, sadly.
Yeah, Giannis obviously taking the win, unfortunately for Wogboy as well. Yeah, just didn't make the right strategy call. He ended up, I think he actually got up into the top 9. I think he finished 9th in the end after that pit stop. But were your intentions always to go with the one-stop strategy, just pitting from that soft compound tyre onto the hards?
Yeah, it was pretty straightforward. I think a lot of us knew that the earliest you could pit was probably around lap 7. Otherwise, if you went 6, there was a possibility of a puncture towards the end of the race. But yeah, it was always a soft hard. It was never going to be anything else, pretty much.
Congratulations there on your result, Aaron. But we'll move on to you now, Crichton. Some more technical difficulties costing you positions here in these races. But talk us through your race. I believe it was actually really close. It was less than a tenth separating the top 4 in qualifying. So talk us through your race and how it ended up for you.
Yeah, that race was
without
quite
complaining
crazy.
About the overtake button glitch.
Mate, that's impossible for me. But yeah, had the glitch and I was like, oh, looks like it's just gonna have to be, just try my hardest, and that's what I did. Just pushed super hard in that middle sector from the start, just try and keep that gap back to Aaron and Bailey there. But my tyres were nice, but yeah, I think with the button stuck on, just had a little bit more rear tyre wear on that. So I think my tyres at the end might have been like 94, 95. So they were quite touch and go there. But yeah, then lost the rear, and then that let Aaron through. Then lost the rear again, heading down the hill for the back straight, and that allowed Bailey pass. But yeah, that was definitely the best that I could do with that glitch. So happy to salvage that.
So it was a great drag race between you and Bailey heading through the final sector in the end of the race there. But we'll move on to you now, 40. Congratulations on your result. P4-5 for McLaren. Great result there for the McLaren team and the constructors, obviously. I believe, if my calculations are correct, you guys are leading the constructors standings. So congratulations on that. But talk us through your race as well, on the same boat as Aaron. Didn't have the best qualifying sessions, but managed to get your way back up the field.
Yeah, as you said, down in P8 for quali. I didn't feel like it was a bad lap, but the level of pace in this field is just so much quicker than last season that, if you can't string a lap together, you're going to be starting mid-pack. So I guess just tried to focus on cleaning my front wing, making sure I didn't get any damage, and I knew that it would be a race with a DRS train in it, and I think it was pretty much the entire race. I was pushing a little bit to get in DRS at one stage, but overall it was kind of just sit with the guys ahead, and I knew those final 4 or 5 laps were going to be the hammer tub where everyone's going at it. But and especially having Zach there in the mix without battery, he drove excellent to still come out at P3, but it would have been a big struggle for him to keep that consistency throughout the race. So him being a little boat on the straight there, which he was, I don't think he must be saying that. It kind of enabled a bit more battling around his car. So I'm not sure, you might have seen that little collision heading on just before the pit straight on near ending laps. That was a bit sketchy, but overall P4, I'll take it. I'm not complaining. It was a good race for McLaren overall, unlike last weekend. So hopefully we can both keep this consistency coming up into I think Zandvoort next.
Yeah, so I think you are correct. It is Zandvoort for the next round of the Pacific Series. But congratulations to you three on your results. Obviously, Zach and Aaron on the podium. Giannis wasn't joining us here. And then 40 ending up position 4 here this afternoon. Thank you guys for joining the stream. My name is Expert, and I'll see you guys next time.